All those tanks we sent them, they're gone. All those men we trained, they're dead. And Ukraine has nothing left to replace them. So now you ask the question about World War III. Here's the thing. The United States said early on in this conflict that, and again, if you're a Ukrainian, guys, please go back to the co-check room and get your IQ, because you checked it at the door when you came into this thing called the American-sponsored war. America doesn't care about Ukraine. Let's just be straight up about that. We never have. America has allowed you to sacrifice 400,000 of your men for nothing. We will never, ever, ever allow you to join NATO. You will never be a member of NATO. You won't be a member of the European Union. We don't like you. We're just using you. That's it. We thought that we could use you to create a war that generates instability in Russia to bring them down. The strategic defeat of Russia was our objective from day one. We wanted to replicate that Maidan revolution that took place in Kiev in 2014 in Moscow. We even call it the Moscow Maidan. We thought we could sanction Russia, collapse their economy, create military difficulties so that the Russian population rose up and removed Vladimir Putin from power. But even the Washington Post, even the Wall Street Journal today say that was fantasy. It was apparently never going to happen because Putin is stronger today than he has ever been. But the key thing is, Russia said, because what's World War III? We're really talking nuclear war. It means the end of the world. It means that we start firing nukes against each other. We used to do arms control. That was my thing. I was a weapons inspector in the Soviet Union. I implemented the first nuclear disarmament treaty. I believe in disarmament. I believe that what we tried to build in the Cold War could have relevance to this day. But in order to do that, these are bilateral relations that have mutual reciprocity, which means that we have to trust one another. We have to trust one another. I mean, Ronald Reagan said trust but verify. I was the verification guy. But still, there has to be a modicum of trust. The Russians don't trust us. We've lied to them across the board. So what the Russians have said is, we're done with arms control the way it's done. We don't want any treaties with you at all. None. Zero. We don't trust you. In order to have a treaty relationship, we have to trust you, and we can't trust you. You've lied to us from day one. And then what Russia did before they told us, stop withdrawing from treaties. We withdrew, for instance, from the anti-ballistic missile treaty. That was a treaty signed in 1972 that was supposed to create a balance of power between Russia and the United States that was premised on the notion of mutually assured destruction, meaning that we're not going to build missile defenses because we accept the fact that if there's a war, if there's missile defense, people might be likely to fire nuclear weapons. We want both sides to be scared to death of firing nuclear weapons. So no missile defenses. It's called mutually assured destruction. I launch against you, you launch against me, we both die. So why don't we not launch? So we did that. The ABM treaty was a cornerstone of this. The Bush administration in 2002 withdrew from it because we thought Russia was weak. Remember, we had the decade of the 90s, keeping Yeltsin down. They were weak. We don't have to care about the Russians anymore. We're America. We can do anything we want. And we want to build missile defense because why not? And so we quit the treaty in Russia. And Putin said, don't do that. Don't do that. That's destabilizing. You're threatening us now because now you're going to build missile defenses and you're going to be in a situation that you're going to ask us to continue to reduce our nuclear arsenals to the point where if there is an exchange, you could hit us first, kill half our missiles, and whatever we have left fires, and you shoot them down, and we got nothing. Nothing. This is destabilizing. Please don't do it. Then in 2018, Putin gave up and gave a speech, and he said, I asked you not to do it. So what we've done now is we built missiles that you can't shoot down. These are the most powerful missiles in the world. There's nothing you can do to defend yourself. Are you listening now? He actually said that. Are you listening now? And we're not. We continue to lie. I meet often with Anatoly Antonov. He's the Russian ambassador to the United States. The irony is, me as a private citizen, just having talks about disarmament, I've met more with the Russian ambassador in the last year than the State Department has. Tells you how bad things are. I've met more with the Russian defense attaché than the Pentagon has. The defense attaché is a former ballistic missile guy, meaning that if you want to talk about disarmament treaties and nuclear disarmament, he's the guy to talk to. Nobody's talking to him. Antonov negotiated the last remaining treaty, the New START treaty. He negotiated. He's the guy we should be talking to. Everybody's ignoring him. So finally, the Russians went, we don't want to have a relationship with you. And now here's the problem. They have all these new weapons, and they're really, really good. There's nothing we can do to defend against them. So what we're going to do is build our new weapons. But now there won't be a treaty in place to control this, and we're in danger of having this nuclear arms race break out. And once that happens, one mistake, one glitch in the system, one, misidentification of radar, and it's over. Sabrina, it's over. It's over that quick. You won't even know it. You'll be sitting there, there'll be a flash, and you'll be dead. And that's what you need to hope for. You need to hope that you're in a place that's going to get hit with a thermonuclear warhead early on, because you want to die instantly. What you don't want to be is the person outside the immediate lethal range and die of a slow death of radiation poisoning or starvation or disease, and have this long lingering death. But the bottom line is we're all going to die. No one will survive a thermonuclear exchange between the United States and Russia. And that's the direction we're heading right now. Now, neither side claims to want this. But, the United States, we're so accustomed to being the world's sole remaining superpower after the collapse of the Soviet Union. We are so arrogant. We are so full of ourselves that we can't, for a moment, do what John F. Kennedy asked us to do, put ourselves in the Russian shoes, to see the problem from the Russian perspective. I've done that. And I have to tell you, once you do that, excuse my language, but you realize how much America sucks as a nation. I mean, and we really do suck because we lie, and we don't care about living in harmony with anybody. It's only about us. We are the most selfish nation on the planet. And it disgusts me. It disgusts me. And I'm a proud American. Don't get me wrong. You come after my country, I'll be on the front line ready. I'm getting a little old, so I'll be hobbling on the front line, but I'll still be there. I'm not going to let anybody run roughshod over America, but I'll be damned if I'm going to support us running roughshod over other people. That's not what this is about. We're supposed to be the good nation. We're supposed to be the people that believe in human rights and individual liberties and freedoms. Our Constitution is supposed to have meaning. It stands for nothing. Not only do we violate the rights of American citizens on a daily basis, when I say we, the government we put in power, but we take these same standards. All men are created equal. And we know that means all humans are created equal, all men and women. That's our Constitution. All men are created equal. We're all equal, but we're not. What does the American president say when he signs off? God bless America. What does that mean? I mean, I'm not overly religious, but I would imagine it means that the creator, the man who created the heavens and the earth, 6 days, seventh day he rested, that God, the big man, created the earth. And he only blesses Americans? I mean, God bless America. So God only comes down and touches America. The rest of the world, no, God damns them. You're all damned. It's criminal to think that way, but that's how we view it. American exceptionalism. Joe Biden just wrote a stupid op-ed in the Washington Post where he talks about America being the exceptional nation. We're not exceptional. The only thing we're exceptional about is being liars. We're exceptional liars. We're exceptional thieves. We steal everything from the world. We don't do anything honestly. The rules-based international order that we're seeking to impose is not about the rule of law. It's about the rule of might makes right. That America dictates outcome. That's it. That's wrong, ladies and gentlemen. That's wrong. And anyways, you're getting me a little, not you getting me, a little tired.